Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Cross Studios here, and I'm here with another LEGO Ninjago custom. And I am here with a LEGO Ninjago custom that is from the episode Child's Play. And it's the comic book store, which is basically the Ninjago Doomsday Comix. Right here you can see it's just a small building. And it's basically the comic book store which Lloyd faces against, this little kid against in the show. And this big dinosaur that Garmadon brought to life, whatever, shows up and tries to destroy him. And this whole scene goes on the inside. There's like a big battle and stuff. So that's why I made this little comic book store. It's pretty cool overall. So we're gonna go on to the minifigures first, and then I'll show you the dinosaur, and then I'll move on to the shop. So here are the figures I included with this. Basically just the little kid that Lloyd went against in the little competition type of thing right here. And that's what he looks like. Then there's basically just another kid. I know it's basically the same guy that I put in the Darkly School. It's just basically a kid. Wouldn't necessarily be Gene or whatever his name is. It's just a little kid. Then I put Lloyd in the set in this outfit right here. Pretty cool. And then I also put the comic book store owner, which is not really a super important character in the show, but it'd be a pretty cool character to get. And I think he looks pretty cool and accurate to the show overall. And you can see his little happy face right there. So we're going to move on to the Grundle. So basically this dinosaur, or the Grundle, is basically an animal or dinosaur type of thing that Garmadon brought back to life to take out the ninja, because apparently it always caught its prey or whatever. But I didn't really decide to brick build. I just decided to use a T-Rex to represent that. I know I kind of took the lazy way out of that, but I mean, it's not too bad overall. It's just a T-Rex, you know, it's got the little movable legs and stuff. I thought it was the best way. They'd probably make a mold for it if it was an actual, if they made this a set, they would probably make that dinosaur into a mold. So that's why I used this T-Rex to show that. So let's go on to the actual comic book store. Moving on to the comic book store, you can see up here the little sign, Ninjago Doomsday Comix, which is pretty cool looking right there. And then you can see on the front there's a little green light. It's just a little lantern type of thing right there with the opening door, obviously, right there. And then there's actually a little tree out here as well. Just that's actually from the show too. And you can see all the windows on the side and stuff, and the little sidewalk leading over to here. Not really much on the sides. There's a little light right here, same thing as that green one over there. And you can see the walls, and then you can see a little bit of the inside right here, which looks pretty cool. And moving on to this side, you can see there's not really a wall here because I wanted to make it so you can get into this area a lot better with the little cash register and stuff. Then you can see this other little green light right here as well. And that leaves us back to the front. So basically one of the features with this is that basically you just pull onto this and it completely removes the top. And it works pretty easily too. You can see I just put a little detail right there. It's not really much, but you can see how it kind of connects in there with these studs right here, and you can just kind of slide it back on there. You just put it right here and then just kind of connect it back in. Hooks on pretty well. It's not really the most used type of method for connecting stuff, but it's pretty cool. And also on the bottom of here I want to show you a couple details, like some of these this map. It's not really a comic book, but it's kind of just some little details to make it look like a comic book store. It just kind of hangs up right here, so when you go to the inside right here, you can see how it kind of hangs up right there on the ceiling, which looks pretty cool. So we're going to move on to the inside a little bit more. Alright guys, so here is the inside of the comic book store right here, and you can see I would have used more comic books from like The Simpsons and stuff like that, but it's not really accurate, I guess you could say. I put like one of those over there from the collectible minifigure series and one over here as well. Obviously they're just for design, they're not really meant to be like Simpsons add-ins or anything like that. You can see I put like these little fire things on the wall. They have little fire prints on them. They're from Chima sets. You can see there's a little controller right here. There's a letter, I don't know. I just put a lot of little random 1x1s and stuff like that to give it detail. One of the features of the set is this little lantern out here. You just kind of push on it, and it's a light brick. I don't know what it's really supposed to do. So if I turn off the lights right here, you can see that a bit better, how that lights up. And it's pretty cool looking, I guess. There's a little printed piece right here from the Agent set. A little printed piece here from the General Grievous wheel bike, and a little controller down there. In here I just put some money. I guess it could be like a safe or something like that. And then right here you can see how I put a little weird type of pattern design on here to give it a little bit more detail. If you wanted to see the other side of this shelf, You couldn't really see it from that side. Just put a couple little details on there. I don't really know what would specifically be on these because I don't really have any Lego comic books, and they're not really common, I guess you could say. You could see how I just put some little details and stuff all over the walls and one by one tiles and such, and you can see there's a little cash register right here I put. And on this side, one of the things that was actually from the show is if you open this up, there's actually they're not lightsabers, they're little cheap knockoffs of lightsabers. They're basically called like light sticks or something like that. But basically, they're supposedly you can supposedly use them against the Grundle, even though on the show they proved worthless after they won them in like a competition. So that's why I put this in the show. They're kind of hard to get out, but they're mostly kind of there for display. You can see how that fits right there. So yeah, that's basically it for the comic book store. There's not really a ton to it. If you want to see on this side, there's just a little light right here. But there's not really a ton of the comic book store. Obviously, you can't really put too many features inside of a comic book store, but I think I made it look pretty cool and accurate to the show. And I added a couple cool features, such as the removable roof and stuff like that. If you want to see the back right here, this is like the handle. And if you want to take a look at this a little closer, here's how I did it. You can see how I just printed out the sign. I just basically took a screenshot of the episode that it was from and basically cropped it out, and then I printed it out, just cut it intricately to make it like that. So that's basically how I did that. It wasn't too hard. It only took me about 10 minutes probably to completely do that. But overall, I think the comic book store looks pretty cool, so let's go to the ending of the video. Alright guys, so that is basically it for this Ninjago MOC. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Worked really hard on these Ninjago MOCs. I'm just going to keep doing as long as you guys keep watching. And I really enjoy making these Lego Ninjago MOCs. They're fun to make. And obviously it's from the show, so I'm going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them, like I said. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.